Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to review the SilentACT by GoAero. It's a no-tool kind of locking hitch pin. If you remember, quite a few months ago, I did another video on the GoAero Anti-rattle locking hitch pin. And that's a cool little product and something I purchased because I had bought the hitch basket and I wanted to have two different anti-rattle guys so I could use them for different accessories. My actual just ball hitch, I don't care if someone steals that, so I'm not so concerned about locking that, but I wanted to have the hitch basket able to lock. When I was filming that video, if you guys remember, I accidentally tore the dust cap off of the lock, and Amanda Kennedy, who is the marketing director for GoAero, came across my video, emailed me, and was kind enough to send me some new dust caps. And at that time, they were developing this new product that we're going to talk about today, and it's the SilentACT. And basically, the nice thing about this product here is you don't need a tool to install it or to take it out. Whereas the other hitch pin, you have to actually lock it down with a wrench. So this product here is not meant for towing. It's actually meant more for accessories such as bike racks, hitch steps, things of that nature. So it's just a quick and easy way to take most of the rattle out of your accessory and to protect it with a lock. So this is not going to remove, you're going to still have a little bit of rattle in there, but it really does take, I tried it already, it does take quite a bit of it out. So we're going to go outside and I'll show you how to install this and how it works. But I just want to say thanks to Amanda for sending this over to me. And full disclosure for you guys, they sent me this product, but I'm going to give you my my honest opinion of it, and it may be something that you want to pick up down the road. So I looked online, I think it's about 40 bucks or so from their website. So basically what comes in the package with the SilentACT is the little block, the spring, you have a little rubber grommet here, a washer, and then the control arm, the little lock, set of keys, and a dust cap, as well as instructions. So I decided to show you this part inside, and as you can see, I just have my ball hitch here and the SilentACT itself. So essentially what we have to do here is, like on the other product, you have to install this inside of your accessory. And I mentioned earlier, this is not necessarily for towing, so I'm just using this as an example because my hitch basket's giant and so is my bike rack. But these things only work with hollow shanked accessories. So you got to make sure your accessory is a hollow shank. And this little spring doesn't stay on great, but there is one way where it fits better. So keep that in mind when you're trying to get it. And the instructions show that this goes lengthwise, but it doesn't fit all of these. So you can send it in this way as well. Basically what we're trying to do is get this hole to line up here and the spring on the other side. It's a little bit tricky at first, but when you have the spring installed correctly, it works better. So you can see we have the block side lined up, and then you want to line up the spring. And then essentially at this point, all you need to do is thread this into the block side. And this is kind of the nice thing about this particular unit is you don't need to use a wrench, as we talked about earlier. So you want it out like this. You're going to screw it all the way in until it's pretty snug. And then basically you're just going to clamp it down. And that's going to take out a significant amount of the up and down movement of your hitch. Again, like I mentioned, it's not going to be all of it, but it is going to be a large amount of it. So it's just kind of a nice thing. And the biggest deal with this one is that it locks also. So you just throw your lock on there. My dust cap's still on here, but I have it. I didn't rip it off this time. Clearly this would be into your hitch before you did all this, before you threaded this through. But again, this is just showing you how it works. And we'll go outside now. I'll show you it on the car, and I'll show you how much of the rattle it takes out, just to give you a good idea of what you're dealing with. All right, so once you have your accessory inside the hitch, you have your holes lined up, Essentially, all you do is put this in this direction and then thread it in. So again, this easily goes up and down with little force at all. Okay, so keep in mind, again, this is not going to take out all of your rattle, but it is going to significantly reduce it. And the benefit of it is it allows you to lock your accessory without having to use a wrench to put it on and off. So you want to get it on here pretty snug. Not crazy tight, but pretty tight. So with that on, you pull that down and it's nice and snug. Now, I'm actually having to use force to get it to go up and down and rattle. So it's not like the anti-rattle hitch pin for towing where it completely stops this thing from moving, but it does massively reduce the amount of movement that you have in your accessory. So I think it will be beneficial. When you're done, just throw your lock on, throw your dust cap on, and you're good to go. It doesn't feel, in my opinion, as robust as the other product that I have from them, but I think this will be beneficial for people who just use a bike rack every now and then, or some other kind of small accessory that they put on and off on a regular basis. If it's something that you're gonna keep on all the time, personally, I would stick with the locking hitch pin and the anti-rattle hitch pin, even if you're not gonna tow. All right, so now I just have the hitch basket connected with the standard pin. And you can see how easily this moves up and down and side to side. So that SilentACT definitely cuts down on the movement, but let's go take it for a drive on a bumpy road and see what we find. Alright guys, silent hitch is in place now, and again you can see that this still will move, but I'm having to forcefully move it versus with the standard pin you really can rock it very easily. This is the same stretch of road with the SilentACT in place, and basically with the regular pin, and I just picked out all the noisy bits, and there were no noisy bits at all with the SilentACT. This is not to say that it's going to quiet down the hitch completely or the basket or whatever you're using, but it did really do a good job of keeping things quiet. That's going to change probably going off-road and loading that basket real heavy, but for my quick demonstration here, really no noise at all. So I was pretty pleased with it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for now. Hopefully I'll have some more insights to the SilentACT down the road once I use it a little bit more. I think my first impressions are that it actually does what it's supposed to do. When I first installed it, I was a little concerned because it didn't take all the rattle out. I spoke with Amanda, and that's kind of how it's designed. It's not supposed to be tightened down so far to get all the rattle out. It's not designed for that. So as you saw, it does significantly reduce the noise level, and really driving with an empty hitch basket, I didn't hear anything. So it's a good little product, and I think it's worth checking out if you are the kind of person that puts different things on and off your car on a regular basis. For me, generally speaking, I usually keep my ball hitch on there, so I use the GoAero Anti-rattle actual locking pin all the time. And I mentioned that it's not quite as sturdy as the other product, which is that main product that I use, and it's really, that's the way it's designed. The shank is skinnier, it's a plastic handle, it's supposed to be light, easy, quick to use, and the nice thing about it is you don't have to get a wrench out every time you want to change something out. Using the wrench on the regular setup is not that big of a deal, but it definitely takes longer. So Amanda, thank you again for sending that over to me, and guys, hope this is helpful for you. If you want to see more videos, reviews on stuff, let me know. I'd be happy to do some of those. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.